So, today we're gonna go ahead with another quizzy quiz, quizzity quiz, as so often. I do quite enjoy them, especially the more difficult ones. This one is just more or less of a fun one. It is actually the third episode that I'm recording today. Might even be a fourth one. It depends on how I'm feeling and how hungry I am, because I haven't been eating that much today. But, big point, this is gonna be about, does this weigh more than a kitten? Yes, you've heard it right. Does this weigh more than a kitten? This is the overall question that this quiz is all about. I do first of all wonder how you just come to this idea, how this is possible. I enjoy that, I don't have anything against that. But I do wonder, what fucking drugs you have to take. I'm just joking. So, does a loaf of bread weigh more than a kitten? Yes, no, they weigh about the same. I do think they weigh about the same. I would have said no, and no is actually correct but I mean, bread it depends on the bread though. I'm seeing some white ass shit bread, but I don't know, if we think about something else, it could have come pretty close, Does a first generation iPod Nano weigh more than a kitten? No, motherfucker. Yes, I'm right. Do 5,000 paper clips weigh more than a kitten? 5,000. The same. Ooh. I got it right, motherfucker. Does JBL Boombox weigh more than a kitten? Yes, it does. It clearly does, but this is actually a very uninteresting quiz, so I'm gonna take another one. It really is shit. It really is so shit. I mean, nothing against the person that did this. There is a lot of research that you have to put in this to know, what 5,000 paper clips are weighing and stuff like that, so I appreciate it. Best and worst cities to visit in the United States. Can you pass this home EC trivia quiz? I don't know. This is why I'm also going to take it. I don't know what this is going to be all about. Maybe I'm actually going to be able to learn something. Got mold taking over your bath? Which of these is the best way to treat and kill it? Bleach, laundry detergent, salt, or baking powder? I would go for baking powder. Bleach. It is so... I thought about bleach. I mean, bleach basically destroys everything, isn't it the case? But I mean, I thought, well, they're probably going to go for something that's more like, good for the environment and stuff. But no, just let's take bleach. All of these are common household budget categories except which? Food, utilities, mortgage, payroll. Payroll. Yes, even though, I mean, yeah, anyway. How often should you test the smoke detectors in your home? I would actually say, I mean, daily is a little bit overdone. Weekly could be the case, monthly for sure, I guess, and yearly, definitely. So I'm gonna go for weekly. They say monthly. Testing your smoke detectors monthly is advisable to ensure they're good in working order before you might actually need them. In addition, be sure to swap out the batteries at least every yearly to make sure they are always armed. Very good idea. And also very, very important. By the way, this is an amazing quiz. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like that I'm gonna be able to learn something there. Time to eat. Which of these foods items is considered shelf stable? Sour cream, milk, meat, peanut butter. Peanut butter. I mean, I don't know. And it is right, by the way. For the podcast listeners. I don't know how long it is just safe to eat. For quite some time, I guess. 3 years or some shit. This question is gravy. Which of these do you need to make a roux? Glass cleaner, no. Gelatin, pudding, butter. I don't know what roux is, but I would assume butter. Yeah. I think it's actually called roux, isn't it? I'm very, no. Vegetables, dairy, meat, and fruit are just some of the entries on the USDA's food pyramid. What is the food pyramid used for? To ensure optimal servings from each group? No. To ensure you never come down with a cold or flu? No. To ensure you're eating things in the right order? To ensure that you always feel full of food? It's neither one of everything. To ensure optimal servings from each group. So it's this one. Yeah. Even though, there has been a lot of controversy, is it really the case that you should be eating so much grains? As I'm also seeing there. I don't know. I would say I'm just only eating like veggies. Really quite. The only few things. I mean, the only grain that I'm eating is essentially oats. nothing else actually, besides barley from time to time, but actually at this point in time, not that often. And I don't know, I'm feeling pretty good. Really, I'm feeling good. If someone handed you a can of starch, what household task would you be undertaking? Vacuuming, baking, bathing, ironing. I mean, starch is for thickening sauces as far as I know, but I would go for baking. It's actually ironing. Not only does ironing clothes appear to be a lost art, but, well, you know, I don't care. But the use of starch while doing is even scanter. Starch or spray starch it's commonly known is used to give clothes a more tailored appearance because it not only eliminates wrinkles, but it also helps to create crisper garment appearance. Well, I don't actually know if this is kind of if I want to suggest you to just actually do that. The baby is screaming, quick! What is the best way to test the temperature of a bottle of formula? Formula? Well, put the bottle nipple in your mouth and blow. No. Sprinkle tops on the inside of your wrist. Yes. And or using your lips, because they are very, very, very sensitive. And using the most sensitive just area of your body that you're having. I mean, it's not about the genitals, but yeah. You've got a button-down shirt in the laundry. What is the ideal way to wash it? Drop it off at the dry cleaners. Unbutton all the buttons first. Button everything and wash by hand. Button all the buttons first. I don't actually know. Button everything and wash by hand. Unbutton all the buttons first. Of course, dropping it off the dry cleaners is always an option, but don't want you to know how to do it for yourself. Proper home EC is instructions say, well, I actually do want to read it. Say to unbutton all the buttons of the shirt before tossing it in the washing machine. Washing with buttons buttoned weakens the thread that hold them. I would have actually never ever done it in another way. I would have never ever just put them buttoned in the washing machine. Even though, yeah, I've chosen it, but I mean, wash by hand, which is something different. First of all. Second of all, I thought, well, you know, I'm just not going to use the logical one, or I'm just not going to tick, or just, yeah, the logical one. You're heating oil when you notice small flames dancing around in your pan. Which of these points have you reached? Smoke point, emergency point, fire point, flash point. Trust us, you don't want to cook at any of these points. The smoke point occurs when the oil starts breaking down, which is not good. You may notice a burning smell. The flash point, however, is when small flames start popping in your pan. That's bad, but still not as bad as the fire point when something explosive could happen. A recipe calls for 16 cups of milk. What other measurement does 16 cups equal? I mean, you could fucking Google that. 1 quart, 1 gallon, 1 pound, 1 pint. I would say 16 cups, it's quite something. But I would say 1 pound. It's a gallon? Get the hell out of here. It's definitely not a gallon. Fuck you. Creating short, thin strips of vegetable is a technique known as what? Bruno Dice Givonat Julier. Or something. I don't actually know. Thin stripes. It's definitely not dicing. Or is it dicing? Let's tick dicing. No, it's Julier. It may sound more like a woman's name than a style of culinary cutting, but a concept of juliering will help you achieve long, almost matchstick-like shapes for veggies, fruits, or even meats. The more I know. It's amazing. Cheapest price isn't always the best value at the grocery store. What can help you determine that? List price, unit price, reduced price, high price. Is unit price like how much it is per kilo? At least this is the case in Europe. List price. I think unit price. Yeah. It is tempting to go for the cheapest item on the shelves, but hold on. Don't you want the best deal? Unit price helps you determine that. One package of paper towels might be $7, but only just 4 rolls, while another is $10, but has 8. Which is, in theory, cheaper, but the thing is, and this is a very important thing, if you just don't need more than fucking 4 rolls, don't buy the more expensive one. It wouldn't make any sense, even though it is, in theory, cheaper. And in the end, if you just turn out to buy another one, then it is a bad thing. And then it is fucked up, to be honest. But if it is not the case, yeah, don't. Wouldn't make too much sense. We've been buttering bread all wrong. How are you supposed to do it? Butter small sections at a time, butter the entire piece at once, avoid butter at the table entirely, dip the bread into the butter, dip the bread into the butter. but a small sections at a time. I mean, I would have, but I would have not assumed that it is actually a question. Well, anyway, I'm not gonna be like a bad loser. How much is it actually? Because I might just turn it into 2 videos because I'm a motherfucker. If you were preparing for a dinner party, which of these should you start preparing first? Drinks, salads, steaks, potatoes. I would say drinks, to be honest. No, I would not say the salad. Because if you're just making the salad, then it could be the case that it's just getting sluggishly and just like not good, not just fresh. So I wouldn't say so. Salads can be prepared well ahead of time and refrigerated, but not so with the main course and side mentioned here. But you could do it with drinks, easily. And also that everyone gets a fucking drink, if you know that everyone wants such a drink. If not, then it is fucked up. Do you know what a Sdwt is used for? Which of these is correct? To safely remove a dish from the oven, doesn't look like this. To help remove dust from furniture, to make it easy to sort clothes, to protect the table from damage, Sdwt, I think it is called Sdwt. Throat feeling scratchy, this home remedy can help soothe it. What are we referencing? Sucking an orange popsicle, use cold compresses, gargling with warm salt water. This is the truth. It is the shit. If you're having a little bit of a dry throat, use some salt water. Don't just gulp it down. I don't suggest that. But yeah. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, which of these is the most important meal of the day? People say it's breakfast. But I don't give a shit about that. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in always having just calories available to be used. I really, really don't believe in that. Some people say, okay, they have to eat something in the morning. Yeah, okay. You can still fast for 16 hours later on, as intermittent fasting, which is something that I'm also doing. I've got just really used to it. I'm even working out for quite 1.5 hours in the morning fasted. Of course, it fucks. And I think that I would be having more energy if I would be eating something beforehand, but I'm not doing that. So it is what it is. I'm going to say all 3. If they say it's breakfast, no. Well, let's say or see what they're saying. It is not just a good kickstart to your day ahead, but eating breakfast actually has numerous benefits. Researchers believe it gives you more energy to get going and also can contribute to better focus and better memory, along with a lower risk of things like heart disease and diabetes. I mean, in terms of heart disease and diabetes, it could definitely make sense, because if you're fasting in the morning, it could be the case that you're just eating way more afterwards, which yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of benefits associated with fasting per se. If it is about just having lower calories or consuming a lower amount of calories, or if it is about just some other health benefits, it's just another topic. It's another conversation. But the thing is, I don't believe in that. I don't think so. I don't think that it is just the most important meal of the day. Dinner is over and it is time to wash the dishes. In which order should you tackle them? China, glass, kitchen, utensils, silver. Glass, silver, china, kitchen. Does this actually matter? I'm just going to pick this one. The ideal behind an order to clean dishes is that you start with the easiest first, that would be the cleanest ones, and move to the more difficult ones. Those would be the kitchen utensils and pots and pans used in creating the meal. I mean, it makes sense, and I'm naturally doing it in this way as well. So yeah, I mean, okay. Nobody likes a smelly refrigerator. What can you put in your refrigerator to eliminate odors? A freshly cut lemon, yes, no. An open box of baking soda. Really? Well, I think I'm going to end the episode there, but I'm going to make 2 episodes out of it, which I'm going to have, I think, uploaded like one day, and then on the other day, I'm going to have the other one, I guess. So yeah, I wish you the best health, happiness, and also success, and also hope that you're going to remind yourself and you're going to be remembered, which basically means your legacy, and basically means just being a nice person, and then also being remembered as a nice person, which is a pretty cool thing. So I'm hopefully going to see you the next time. 3 other questions that I'm also having for you sind, yes, let's just speak German, are, what are you willing to change? No. What are you trying to change? What is bothering you the most? And what's the first one? What are you trying to change? What is bothering you the most? And what? I don't remember. Like, this is kind of the third time or something where I don't remember my last words. What are you trying to change? What is bothering you the most? And Yeah. Well, I wish you the best from the bottom of my heart. This is my point. And this question could lead you to figuring out your purpose and also your business idea, maybe, which is two cool things. But I mean, purpose per se is something that's incredibly important. So it's amazing. Another question that I'm having for you is, what could you essentially say that is really going to make somebody's day? Because I just totally believe that we all can say something, which is just really not a lot of effort, that is going to make somebody's life just really good and really better. So yeah, I'm hopefully going to see you the next time. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. I do hope that you've liked this episode and maybe have learned something along with me, because I clearly have. But yeah, I'm gonna see you. Thank you. I'm sorry for the sounds, by the way.